Sometimes, life has a strange way of bringing us exactly what we need at the very moment we are ready for it. You might be sitting in your room late at night, scrolling through endless videos, wondering if anything really makes sense anymore. And then this video shows up. Maybe you didn't even search for it. Maybe it just appeared in your recommendations. That's not an accident, because sometimes, the right message finds us when we most need it. Life is full of such moments. A book falls off a shelf when you're struggling with a question, and when you open it, the exact answer is staring back at you. A stranger says something in passing, and somehow, it changes the entire direction of your thinking. Or a video like this one pops up in your feed when you're right on the edge of giving up, and it whispers to you, "Wait, you're not alone. Keep going." This video isn't just about motivation. It's about recognizing those signs that life, the universe, or maybe even your own subconscious, is trying to give you. It's about understanding why you're here right now, listening to these words. Part 1. Why life sends us messages when we need them. Most have you ever noticed that the most powerful lessons don't come to you when everything is fine? They come when you're on your knees, when you feel lost, or when you think no one understands what you're going through. That's because human beings grow the most not in times of comfort, but in times of struggle. Think about it. A seed only transforms into a plant when it's buried in the dark soil. A diamond only forms under intense pressure, and a sword is only sharpened after enduring fire. Your struggles are not proof that you're failing, they are proof that you are being prepared. Real life example. Let's take J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before she became one of the most successful writers in the world, she was living on welfare, struggling as a single mother, and was rejected by 12 publishers. Imagine that 12 times. She was told no. But if she had given up at the 11th rejection, the world would never have seen Harry Potter. What if, at her lowest point, she stumbled across a message that told her, "Keep going. The world hasn't seen your magic yet." That's what this video is for you right now. Maybe you feel like quitting. Maybe you think life has closed every door in your face. But what if all of this is not the end? What if it is the preparation for something far greater than you can see right now? The idea of perfect timing. There's a concept called kairos in ancient Greek philosophy. Unlike chronos, which means ordinary time, the ticking of the clock, kairos means the right or opportune moment. The moment when something is meant to happen. When you're watching this video, it's not by accident. This might be your kairos moment. The universe or God, or fate. However you choose to see it, has a strange way of aligning things exactly when you're ready. Let's use a real-world example. Steve Jobs once said in his famous Stanford speech, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward." At the time, dropping out of college, experimenting with calligraphy, and getting fired from Apple looked like failures. But later, when you connect the dots, you see that those exact experiences led to the creation of the Macintosh and the iPhone. So maybe the reason you're struggling now is because the dots aren't connected yet. Maybe this video is just a reminder to trust the process. The struggle is the signal. Here is a truth that might shock you. The very fact that you're searching for answers is proof that you are alive, awake, and growing. People who feel nothing don't search for meaning, but you sitting here are looking. And when you look, you find. Think of it this way. Pain is not just suffering, it's a signal. Just like when you touch something hot and your body pulls away to protect you. Emotional pain is also a signal. It tells you that something needs to change, that your soul is craving growth. Example, imagine someone stuck in a job they hate. Every morning, they wake up with a heavy heart. That pain is not punishment, it's the soul's way of saying, "This is not where you belong. You're meant for more." But most people silence that voice with distractions. Some drown it in alcohol. Some scroll endlessly on social media. But some, like you, listen. And when you listen, life responds by sending you messages. Maybe this video is that signal. Why this video found you? Let's pause for a moment and ask, why are you here? Why this exact video, on this exact day? Maybe you've been questioning your worth. Maybe you feel invisible, like nobody truly understands you. Or maybe you're exhausted, like you've been fighting battles in silence that nobody knows about. If so, let me say this clearly. You are not alone. Countless people before you have felt this way. Nelson Mandela, before becoming a symbol of hope, spent 27 years in prison. Malala Yousafzai, before becoming a global advocate for education, survived an attack meant to silence her forever. These are extreme examples, but they show us something universal. Great struggles often come before great breakthroughs. So if life feels heavy, if you feel broken, if you feel like you can't take another step, remember, The darkest nights produce the brightest stars. A message for you right now. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know where you'll be 5 years from now. You only need to take the next step. That's it. One step. When a ship sails in the dark, the lighthouse doesn't show the entire route. It only shows enough light for the ship to take the next safe move. That's how life works. You don't need the whole map, you just need the courage to keep going one step at a time. Closing of part 1. So here's the truth. This video found you because you were meant to hear this right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now. Life has a way of placing the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And if you're still listening, it means this was meant for you. But this is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll go deeper. We'll explore how to recognize these signs in your life, how to use them as stepping stones instead of obstacles, and how to trust that even your lowest moments have meaning. Because you are not done yet. Your story is not over. And the fact that you are here is proof. In the first part, we talked about how life has a strange way of giving us messages right when we need them the most. We explored how struggles are not proof of weakness, but of growth, and how this very video might be the Kairos moment, the right timing for you. Now, in this second part, let's go even deeper. Let's talk about how to recognize these signs in your life, how to trust them, and how to use them to shape your path. Because sometimes, the difference between staying stuck and moving forward is not the absence of signs. It's whether or not you're paying attention to them. Part 2. Learning to recognize the signs. Life speaks to us in whispers before it shouts. At first, it's a gentle nudge, a feeling in your heart that something isn't right, a small coincidence that seems too strange to ignore. But if you keep ignoring those whispers, life gets louder, the discomfort grows, the coincidences multiply, and eventually, you're forced to pay attention. Example, imagine someone who knows deep inside that their relationship is toxic. At first, they feel it in small ways, an uneasy feeling, a loss of energy, a shrinking of who they are, but they ignore it. Then, arguments grow louder, stress becomes unbearable, and eventually, life creates a breaking point. That breaking point isn't life punishing them, it's life shouting, it is time to change. The same is true in your career, friendships, and even your own habits. The signs are always there. The real question is, are you listening? Synchronicity. When coincidences aren't just coincidences, the psychologist Carl Jung introduced the concept of synchronicity, moments when the universe seems to arrange events in such a way that they feel meaningful, even if they defy logic. Like when you're thinking of an old friend, and suddenly they call you, or when you're facing a hard decision, and the right quote appears in front of you, or when you're doubting yourself, and suddenly a video like this shows up. Skeptics might call it coincidence, but those who pay attention know it's more than that. It's as if life is weaving a hidden thread, connecting moments to guide you toward your purpose. Real life example. Oprah Winfrey once shared how she got her iconic role in The Color Purple. She had been praying for a breakthrough, feeling stuck in her career, and out of nowhere, someone suggested she audition. The role not only launched her acting career, but also gave her the visibility to expand into television and eventually build an empire. She described it as a divine appointment, a moment of synchronicity. So ask yourself, what moments in your life felt like more than coincidence? What doors seemed to open just when you needed them most? Why struggle is the teacher? One of the most important truths you need to understand is this: struggle is not your enemy. Struggle is your teacher. Imagine you're in the gym, lifting weights. At first, the resistance feels painful. Your muscles ache, your body shakes. But that's the point. Without that resistance, your muscles would never grow. Life works the same way. Without struggle, your soul never builds resilience. Without heartbreak, you never learn the depth of love. Without loss, you never learn gratitude for what remains. Example, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed over 1,000 times before finding the right design. When asked about those failures, he didn't call them mistakes. He said, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." That's the mindset you need when life feels unbearable. Your struggle is not failure, it's feedback. The illusion of why me. When life gets tough, most people ask, why me? Why am I the one suffering? Why is everything so hard? But what if the real question is, why not me? Think about it. Every person you admire, every hero, every role model went through unimaginable pain before they rose to greatness. Why should your story be any different? Example, Nelson Mandela could have spent 27 years in prison asking why me. Instead, he used those years to strengthen his mind and spirit. When he was finally released, he didn't seek revenge, he sought reconciliation. That's why he became a symbol of peace, not bitterness. So the next time you ask why me, try flipping the question. Why not me? Why shouldn't I be the one strong enough to carry this, to grow through this, and to become more than I was before? Trusting the process. This is one of the hardest lessons of all. Trusting the process even when you don't understand it. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you give it sunlight, and you trust that nature is doing its work underground. But when it comes to our lives, we often panic. We don't see results immediately, so we lose faith. But growth takes time. Healing takes time. Transformation takes time. Example, think of a butterfly. Before it can fly, it must spend time in the cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening, just stillness. But inside, a miracle is taking place. Cells are rearranging, wings are forming, strength is being built. When the time is right, the butterfly emerges. Maybe your life right now feels like that cocoon. Maybe you feel stuck, invisible, or lost. But what if this is not the end? What if this is the transformation? How to see the signs in your own life. So how can you begin to notice when life is sending you a message? Here are 3 simple steps. Pause and pay attention. Stop rushing through life on autopilot. Slow down. Notice the feelings, the patterns, the coincidences. Ask better questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Or what's the lesson here? Trust your intuition. Sometimes your gut knows the answer before your mind does. If something feels right or wrong, don't ignore it. Intuition is often life's way of guiding you. Example, there's a story about Albert Einstein. When he was a child, he struggled in school. Teachers said he was slow, but he had a deep curiosity about the universe. He trusted that curiosity, even when others didn't understand it. That trust led him to become one of the greatest scientific minds in history. Turning struggles into stepping stones. Here's the secret. The very things you think are holding you back may actually be the things that prepare you for your destiny. The heartbreak that shattered you might be the reason you learn what true love means. The failure that embarrassed you might be the reason you discover your true strength. The loneliness you feel might be the reason you build a deeper connection with yourself. Real life example. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job because he was told he lacked imagination. Imagine that one of the most creative minds in history was told he wasn't creative enough. But he didn't stop. He turned rejection into redirection and built Disney, a brand that shaped the childhoods of millions. What rejection are you facing right now? What pain is shaping you? Could it be that this isn't a dead end, but a redirection? Closing of part 2. So here's what you need to remember. This video didn't define you by chance. It found you because right now, at this stage of your life, you needed to be reminded of something. That your struggles are not meaningless. That the signs are already around you if you choose to notice them. That transformation takes time, and you are in the middle of it. Your pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. In the final part, we will dive into how to take action from this moment forward, how to turn awareness into strength, how to align your life with your deeper purpose, and how to keep moving even when the road feels impossible. Because if this video has found you, it means your journey isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. We've explored how life whispers to us through struggles, coincidences, and synchronicities. We've talked about how pain is not punishment, but preparation. Now, in this final part, it's time to ask the most important question. What will you do with this message? Because inspiration without action fades quickly. Motivation without movement becomes just another forgotten video. The fact that you're here, right now, means something. But what you choose to do after this, that's what will change everything. Part 3. Turning awareness into transformation. Knowing that life sends us messages is powerful. But it's not enough. You must respond. You must take the whisper, the sign, the nudge and turn it into a step forward. It's like standing at a crossroads. This video might be the signpost pointing in a certain direction, but you still have to walk the path. Step 1. Shift your perspective. The first action you must take is internal. You have to shift the way you see your struggle. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this trying to make of me? Your perspective shapes your reality. If you see struggle as a curse, you'll suffer endlessly. But if you see it as a classroom, every pain becomes a lesson, every obstacle becomes a teacher, and every failure becomes a stepping stone. Example, let's look at Michael Jordan. Before becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time, he was cut from his high school team. Instead of saying, why me? He said, watch me. He shifted his perspective from rejection to motivation. That shift turned him into a legend. Step 2. Take small, Consistent steps. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to have it all figured out right now. You don't. You don't need to see the entire staircase, you just need to take the first step. Example: when Malala Yousafzai began speaking out for girls' education, she didn't know she would become a global symbol of courage. She just took one step, writing a blog under a pseudonym about her experiences. That small act turned into a global movement. So ask yourself, what's one small step you can take today? Maybe it's applying for that job. Maybe it's writing one page of the book you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend you've lost touch with. Whatever it is, take the step. Step 3. Build inner resilience. Transformation isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about learning to stand strong in the middle of it. Life will keep testing you, but if you build inner resilience, you'll no longer break under pressure. How do you build resilience? By practicing gratitude even when things are hard, by choosing discipline over comfort, by reminding yourself of your worth daily, by surrounding yourself with people who lift you higher. Real life story. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, lost everything: his family, his freedom, his home. Yet in the middle of the concentration camps, he realized one truth: even when everything is taken from you, you still have one freedom left, the freedom to choose your attitude. That choice gave him strength to survive and later inspire millions through his book Man's Search for Meaning. Step 4. Redefine success. Many people feel lost because they are chasing someone else's definition of success. Society tells you that success means wealth, status, or fame, but deep down, you know that's not true. Success is not about having more, it's about becoming more. Example: consider the story of Mother Teresa. She didn't have riches or power in the traditional sense, but her definition of success was serving others, and by living that definition, she changed countless lives. So ask yourself, what does success mean to you? Not to your parents, not to society, not to social media, but to you. If you're brave enough to answer honestly, you'll unlock a freedom most people never experience. Step 5. Embrace uncertainty. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is fear of the unknown. You might be afraid to leave the job you hate, afraid to let go of the relationship that's draining you, afraid to chase the dream you've buried for years. But here's the truth: the unknown is where growth lives. Example: Elon Musk risked nearly everything when he invested in Tesla and SpaceX. He could have lost it all, but he embraced uncertainty, and today, those risks have reshaped entire industries. Your unknown might not be as grand as building rockets, but it's just as important, because on the other side of uncertainty lies the life you're meant to live. Step 6. Live with intention. The greatest tragedy is not that life is short. It is that so many people live it without intention. They drift from day to day, waiting for things to change, waiting for the right time. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only now. Practical example: every morning, set one clear intention for your day. It could be as simple as, today I will be patient with myself, or today I will take one bold step toward my dream. Living with intention turns ordinary days into meaningful ones. You are not alone in this journey right now. You might feel like you're the only one fighting these battles, but you're not. Every person you admire once stood where you are, confused, afraid, uncertain. The difference is, they didn't stop there. They kept moving, one step at a time. And you can too. Example: remember J.K. Rowling, sitting in a small apartment, rejected by publishers, wondering if she would ever succeed. At that moment, she had no idea that millions of children would one day fall asleep with her books by their side. She was just one person, choosing not to give up. That's all it takes: one person, refusing to quit. Why this video found you? The final answer. So, why did this video find you now? Maybe because you've been waiting for permission to start. Maybe because you've been doubting yourself, and you needed to be reminded of your strength. Maybe because life wanted to tell you, you are stronger than you think. Your story is not over. The pain you feel right now is shaping the person you're becoming. And maybe, just maybe, this is your moment, the Kairos moment. The perfect timing for you to stop drifting and start living with purpose. The call to action: if you take only one thing from this entire message, let it be this: do not give up now. Take the sign, take the whisper, take this video, and let it push you forward. If you've been waiting to chase your dream, start today. If you've been waiting to heal, begin today. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Don't wait for the stars to align. They're already aligned because you're here, listening to this right now. Final words: life has a strange, almost magical way of placing the right message in front of the right person at the right time. This isn't just another video. This is a reminder, a whisper from life itself, saying, You are not done yet. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not lost beyond hope. You are here because you are meant to rise, so rise. Take the step, trust the process, and remember, this video will only find you when you most need it, just like it has right now.